People, Deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, and I hope you're doing well and safe. I hope you've all got a spring in your step, because obviously last night we defeated Leicester City in the EFL Cup, Carling Cup to me, 2-0. Now obviously on Monday we've got Liverpool. In fact, ironically, I think there's the prospect of playing Liverpool twice in a week, depending on how their linking fixture goes. I could be wrong. We'll deal with that then, you know. Last two times we played Liverpool, we've done alright, so hopefully there's something to be positive about, but we'll deal with it then. Ironically, if you remember last season, Joe Willock actually played well twice against Liverpool. Joe Willock's the topic of conversation. I didn't mean to actually mention this point. For me, I think, I can't remember the fixture, but I think David Luiz made it, Monreal or Collagen actually was out of position. David Luiz got tore a new one on the left-hand flank by Salah. But if I remember rightly, Ceballos played and we lost and there was no benefits. But I think Joe Willock played alright. That little period, Joe was in the squad. And obviously, when you think of Joe versus Liverpool, you think of the game in the Carling Cup, not the league, because obviously he scored a banger. Defensively in that game, he could have done much better. And I think with Joe at 21, he's at a crossroads. He doesn't need to be the finished article, you know. He doesn't need to be all these things people are saying he needs to do, you know. Not everybody's going to be Bukayo Saka. We need people that can be competent squad options and competent rotation options. And I think Joe Willock's got the ability. Arteta knows more than me, and I've got more faith in Arteta than most people, but you know, I don't believe in Joe Willock's capabilities in that 10 position. I know he can press and he's been used as a false 9. I know he comes with an engine. I know he presses. I know he's got the box-to-box element. But I feel all those skills are utilised when he's in a pivot. I don't think he's got the skill set to play in the 10. I don't think he's good enough with his back to goal. I don't think he's good enough at, you know, putting his body in certain angles to receive the ball between the lines. I don't think his final ball and decision making is good enough, you know. It's really not. It's actually, I think, as someone at 21 that's played 60 odd games for Arsenal, it should be there. That being said, I like him. I think there's a diamond in there of sorts. I like his engine. I think he can be a good player here, you know. But what he needs to do is start laying down roots, because right now he's part of the team. What you don't want to do in a couple of years, you're at this crossroads sort of business. You need to seize your future. Martinelli seized an opportunity for himself. Saka seized his opportunities. Eddie Nketiah, to a slight degree, based on all the comparison to the other youngsters, seized his opportunity. Didn't go out on loan. There's a place for him in the squad. It's down to him if he wants to further solidify his name in the game and improve his standard and stature in football. That's going to come with better performances and scoring goals. I need to see that from Joe. Now, Joe is going to stay at the club, you know. I do think there's a case for Joe Willock to go out on loan, try play 20, 30 games, you know, get some consistency, get some experience, get some confidence as a byproduct of playing all of these games. I think there's a legit reason. I think Joe needs a loan. At 21, he needs to play regular football. I think if you name... You know, Joe Willock is not in the best starting lineup for Arsenal, at least now. If he earns his spot, he earns it. But right now, he's not in it. Arguably, he's behind El Nene in that regards. You know, he will get a bit of a bly. You know, Torreira looks likely to go. Guendouzi looks likely to go. You know, Ozil isn't going to feature, so Joe can get that 10 role. There's opportunities there. You know, looking at our midfield right now on paper, out of all the people I expect to feature, you've got Ceballos, Joe Willock, Xhaka, El Nene. Now, clearly, we need a midfielder or two, which I would like, which further makes it long for Joe. But Joe's at a crossroads, man. He needs to solidify what sort of midfielder he's going to be. I'm not saying you can't play different roles, but when I look at Joe Willock, I see an engine. I see tonight a tenacious man who puts his body around. I see good technical ability. Beyond that, since he stepped into the first team, I don't know what Joe Willock is. Is he a midfield? What midfielder specifically is he? You know, is he a cam? Is he a box-to-box? Is he a deep line? I need to see more inroads to becoming a specialist sort of thing. Because you don't want to, you'll get into a couple of years and there's not a role for you. Yeah, you know, short term it works, coming off the bench, you know, injecting that bit of legs, sort of doing the Ramsey thing that Arteta demands of you. But you're going to hit a crossroads where you're thinking, what's going on? You've spoken about wanting to play for England. That's only going to come with improving and playing on a regular basis. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Was he not selected for the under-21s game that came up recently? He wasn't in the team, so you know, why aren't you in there? Are you playing on a regular basis? No, you're not. Is that why you lost your spot? And he's contracted until 2023. But you'd imagine, based on what our former staff, Sanye, said, in the last 2 years of your deals, we need to think about what you're doing. He'll have 2 years left at the end of next season. and then we'll have to be in talks for a new deal. Now, I think he'll sign a new deal. Again, it doesn't mean we have to push that. You know, we can go to the wire. I think he'll get a new deal. I think he'll prove his worth. But at the same time, just because I like Joe Willock and I think he's got a future here, doesn't mean I'm going to cap. I have to tell you guys what I honestly feel. You know, like I said, man, he's a good option for the squad because he provides legs. He's got an engine. He's a hell-end lad. And for Arteta, he gives him a bit of flexibility. He comes off the bench and injects legs. He can use him as a false nine. He can use him to help press. And obviously there's some ability there. Let's not remember he started against Manchester City for whatever reason after the restart. So there's clearly a quality or some qualities Arteta thinks he has that other people don't have. And, you know, Joe's going to have to fight. Being at a team like Arsenal in an ideal world, there's always going to be competition. Joe Willock knows that, you know. I don't want him to be happy that he's played his first game in this competition. He's got to want to fight. Because if you get Partey and Alvaro or two players of those skill sets to go with Ceballos, who's came on loan, we've paid money, so we're going to have to get our money's worth. And Xhaka is one of the first names on the team sheets for Arteta. If you want to compete with these guys, you've got to fight. It's not going to be easy, but you're 21 now. It's time to start games. You're not 18, you're not 17, you're not 19. It's time to make some real progress. Like I said, a career is filled with ups and downs. He doesn't need to be the finished article, but I do need him to make some inroads. I don't think the progress has kicked on enough, really. I like his self-belief. I like his ability to want the ball, but a lot of what I'm seeing, it needs to improve. You know, I'd expect this from an 18-year-old, not a 21-year-old that's made 63 appearances, 33 of those coming in the Premier League. Now, a bulk of those are substitute appearances and off the bench, obviously, but you get the point. He's got a bit of experience to know, you know, to have the self-awareness to know what I'm good at, what I really need to improve at, and my situation. And like I said, I want to see people seize the future because apart from Saka and to a degree Nelson, based on that Leicester game, who really is Arteta waking up today and thinking, yo, if he carries on like that, someone might lose their place, you know. Pepe didn't seize his chance. El Nene played alright, but would I say he seized his chance? No. Eddie Nketiah scored, but would I say he put pressure on Lacazette in that game? No. Nelson played well, but did he put pressure on anybody? Nope. Saka is the one that, you know, is the one that you're looking at. Boy, you know, Willian didn't... Arteta's probably going, boy, you know, Willian played well against Fulham, but he was a bit shaky against West Ham. I'm going to throw Saka in there. And that's what you need. You need competition. People are going to have bad games. You know, Saka is going to have anonymous games. Joe's going to have good games. You know, Joe's still trying to develop consistency, but I need to see more inroads, I guess, is what I'm getting at. And Joe obviously wants more game time. He said, obviously, I haven't played all season, so to come in and play is brilliant. I love playing for this team, and I just want to give a good display, and I think I did that tonight. I just want to keep on progressing. So we'll have to see in that regards, people, really and truly, man. But I back Joe. I like Joe. I just need to see a bit more improvement this season. Like, I need to see, like, right now it's September. Obviously, it's not the same, but in August next year, I need to be looking at it like, boy, Joe Willock's come on heaps and bounds this season, you know. I need to see dramatic progress. That doesn't mean you need to turn into an England international, you know, you need to become Kevin De Bruyne and things. I would love all of this. What I'm saying is, you know, what the things I'm asking, you know, your decision-making, your movement, you know, these sort of defensively as well, Joe's got a lot to improve on as well. There's many things, you know. Stop being a bit casual, be a bit more urgency in decision-making, you know. I don't think he sees all the picture. If these things improve, you know, then I'm happy. I like Joe, but I like my football club more, and I support Joe all the way. I hope it hasn't come across that I don't, because I think Joe's a good player with a big future, but I just think he needs to kick on. Same goes for a lot of these young players, you know, for Nelson, for Emil, for Joe. You know, you've got to seize your future because you're not going to have this unique opportunity forever. I'm seeing Eddie to a degree seize his future. I'm seeing Saka seize his future. You've all got to do the same, because do you want to be part of this club, or do you just want to keep playing the occasional cup competitions, potentially the Europa League, couple of substitute appearances, or do you want to keep progressing, put pressure on spots and do what Bukayo Saka is doing to a degree? Only they can answer that for you. But on that note, I've got nothing more to add, so I might as well get out of it. It's always a pleasure. Deluded, I'm out.